You gotta go, hey. Anyway, good morning. What a blessing and what a beautiful day. And we've been told it's cool in here. It's going to be 100 outside today. So let's get this settled down, relax. Is it cool enough now for you? Yep. All right. I'm glad that everybody's here this morning, and I'm going to ask you to just kind of turn around and look at everybody and say, I'm glad you're here.
Glad you're here. Glad you're here, buddy.
Okay, now say, I'm glad I'm here.
I'm glad I'm here.
And you're glad you're here because you know why you're here. You know what brought you here this morning. And don't ask Lucy because she'll say, you brought me here, Bill. No, what is the reason you're here? Maintain that in your mind this morning. There's a real reason you're here, and we're so glad you're here because we can work it out. Oh, that's the title of a song. Well, all right. I'm going to shut up now and introduce the Core Council President, Mr. Dave Minyard.
I'm going to take it. Every time I'm going to take it. Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Good morning. All right. It is the last Sunday of the month. So this is the last time for this affirmation.
Where did they go?
I don't know. I swear it was just February. And now it's like September? Yeah, tomorrow. All right. So welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the Valley. We are a new thought community based on the teachings of Ernest Holmes, which revolve around the basic principles of law of attraction and the power of positive thinking. We are glad you are here, as Bill said, and no matter where you are on your spiritual path, we are happy you are here, you are welcome here, and we are again glad you're here. Thank you for choosing to be here this morning in celebration of August, which is the global theme of love. As you all know, we have an amazing affirmation. Do we all remember what to say?
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to say a phrase, and then you all come back at me with?
Absolutely.
All right, is love more than a feeling?
Absolutely.
Do I choose love over fear, over judgment, and over division?
Absolutely.
When I act with kindness, am I lifting the world?
Absolutely.
Do I see spirit in everything and everyone around me?
Absolutely.
And for the last time this month, let's rise today, not alone, but together on the wings of love, grounded in unity and powered by truth. So now I ask you, today, are we rising together?
Absolutely.
You guys are phenomenal. Oh, every month I always dread the last one, because then I'm like, oh, I gotta come up with another one. Oh, that one was so good. Okay, all right. Please silence your cell phones. As we know, they're contagious. New calendar are available. They were on the table over there. Feel free to take one, stick it on your fridge. Next week, our speaker is Barry Cahill with Cahill and Colleen. We all know them. Beautiful music. Barry's a great speaker. His talk is going to be All You Need Is Love. There's been a huge Beatles theme going on about the past 2 weeks in my life. It's very strange. I'm not a huge fan of the Beatles, but it you know, kind of serendipitous when that kind of stuff happens. So I'm going to be listening to some Beatles, I guess. Community events. So inside your bulletin, you will find a list of community events that are going on here at the center. Everything, I guess they had an amazing luau here on Friday. They had hula dancers, and I think was it Indonesian or Hawaiian or was it Hawaiian? What was it? Tonka natives. Okay, and from my understanding, it was amazing to watch. So look in the calendar, look on the community events. We have all that stuff listed, and if it's not there, it's on our website. So our events coming up. We have on September 14th, we're doing a spirit-led planning circle, similar to a visioning. If you all know what visioning is, it's similar to that. After our service, we're going to come together for a special conversation about the future of the center. Join us for an inspired and practical conversation. We will have a short questionnaire that captures your thoughts and ideas about moving forward. Open discussion where everyone can share, listen, and explore together. Please remember your input matters. Whether you're a member or whether you just you drop in every now and then, your input is valuable to us. So this is going to be helping co-create the next chapter of our spiritual home here. Everyone is welcome, and be ready to share and participate, and we will also feed you. There will be lunch, a light lunch will be served. So that would be great. That again, that's September 14th, Sunday right after service. Also, next week is the first Sunday of the month, which means potluck. And this is birthdays. And birthdays. But that's next week. Get ready to sing. Loosen your voice up. Potluck. And next week we are doing a theme. It is a breakfast theme. And we all know what breakfast is the best breakfast. Quiche. I'm sure there will be quiche. So anything breakfast related, breakfast casserole, sausage, pancakes, quiche, donuts, casserole, quiche, fruit salad, quiche, croissants, like, it's all welcome. So, yeah, and there's going to be a ton of coffee, so yeah, stick around for that. That's next week. Also, this Wednesday, September 3rd, we are having our monthly community drum circle, facilitated by our very own Whitefeather. It's the first Wednesday of every month. It's a $10 love offering, but not only do you get the drum circle, you get live music, and you also get a sound bath. And you cannot beat that for $10. And we don't twist your arm. You don't have $10. Come anyway. It's still great. It's still awesome. Whitefeather, you want to talk a little bit about it?
Well, I know everybody realizes this is my favorite time of the month. I could probably drum all day if I could stay awake long enough. But I want everyone to come out, and I want everybody to feel the power of Earth Mother God through the actual drum. Because you can go any place in the world, you may not understand the language, but you can understand to hear that drum playing. So I want you to come on out. My dear brother, Cliff Pipes, will be here with me. We've got some brand new music for you. We've been in the studio now for, I don't know, off and on for the last couple of months. So we've got some new music for you. I have a very special flute I'll be also playing this time. And when we're done doing everything, you'll be able to relax and have yourselves a beautiful sound bath. So come on out. Bring all the small kids that you can bring with you and your family, because that's where it starts. We got djembes that big back there for the little kids. I'd love to see it. Matter of fact, my little nephew is coming this week. And I want everyone to try to bring all that, because this is where it starts. This is where the heartbeat starts, within that drum. So I'll see you there Wednesday.
Yeah, it's this Wednesday, so don't forget, 6:30 here in the sanctuary. It is amazing. Some more stuff coming up as well. We are finalizing the dates on 2 new groups. We'll be having a women's group and a men's group. Both of the facilitators of those 2 groups are here today. Griselda, if you raise your hand. Hello. And, oh my God, Scott. And Scott is men's group. Griselda is the women's group. If you have any questions about the groups, talk to them. Like I said, we're finalizing the dates very soon, and it's going to be starting this month. So we look forward to having 2 amazing new groups going on. Stay after service, we have coffee and treats today. If you have a prayer request for the week, please place it in the prayer box located underneath the portrait of Ernest Holmes over there. Visit our website at cslmv.org. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And if you all take a minute with me, please, if you notice my beautiful wife, Kara, is not here today. She hurt her neck. So if you will please throw her some healing energy. She better be watching on that camera right there. So just get well, Kara, over there. Thank you. And now before I intro Eloise, my favorite time, if you will please repeat after me. Open minds.
Open minds.
Open hearts.
Open hearts.
Open arms.
Open arms.
Open at the top.
Open at the top.
Have an absolutely phenomenal week.
Absolutely.
I'd like you to take a deep breath with every gong. Let the resonance just invade your body. My chant today is Om Ganesha, in honor of the Hindu god Ganesh, the remover of obstacles. So if you have any obstacles you want to remove, take it in. Om Ganesha, Om Ganesha, Om Ganesha, Salina. Om Ganesha, Om Ganesha, Om Ganesha, Salina. Om Ganesha, Om Ganesha, Om Ganesha, Shalana. Parvati and Om Ganesha, Om. On this Sunday, this rapturous Sunday, the last day of the month, it feels like the end of summer, but not the heat. And I love summer. We are all here for our own reasons, and they are perfect. If it's just to hear the music, if it's just to feel the air, the sacred divine air that lingers in the sanctuary. And if it's just to see the golden light in everyone's eyes, you are all perfect, whole, complete, and divine. And we are here to recognize that divinity within each one of us, that love that captures our heart, that auspiciousness, knowing that God is all there is, God is all there is, God is all there is. And when I live with that, I am abundant, I am divine, I am precious, and I am sacred. And in my gratitude for this knowledge, for this awareness, I release my word into the law of my knowing. This is the truth. This is the truth. And together we say, and so it is.
reading from the Science of Mind, and today I'm going to be reading from the Living Science of Mind by Dr. Ernest Holmes. And welcome, Reverend. Love dissolves fear. Love dissolves fear. To understand that love overcomes both hate and fear is one of the chief requisites of a scientific mental practice. Love does not overcome hate and fear by argument or force, but by some subtle power of transformation, transmutation, and sublimation, invisible in its essence, but apparent through its act. Love is the victor in every case. As light overcomes darkness, as the presence of heat causes the atmosphere in the room to change until it is warm and comfortable, so the radiant presence of love and peace dissipates fear, hate, and confusion. Love breaks down the iron bars of thought, shatters the walls of material belief, severs the chains of bondage which thought has imposed, and sets the captive free. And I want to add just one quick thing to that. This is a note in the form of prayer. God is love. There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer. No disease that enough love will not heal. No door that enough love will not open. No gulf that enough love will not bridge. No wall that enough love will not throw down. And no sin that enough love will not redeem. It makes no difference how deeply seated maybe your troubles, how hopeless the outlook is, how muddled the tangle is, how great the mistake. A sufficient realization of love will dissolve it all. God is love, and so it is. So it is.
And now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our speaker. I met Reverend Robyn in Paradise maybe 20 years ago. And right away, I knew this is the person that I can really talk to. This is the person I can really feel. And then she went to Unity Camp. And I didn't see her for all these years till she showed up here. And I feel like that's such a blessing. But let me tell you about her. Reverend Robyn is a licensed and ordained Unity minister with years of experience serving at Unity of Oroville and Unity Center of Davis in Northern California. After a career in education, teaching English and creative writing, She returned to Southern California in 2018 to be close to family. And I'm so happy she did. So let me introduce our speaker, the Reverend Robyn Plante. I can move it all over the place.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction, Eloise. It was truly a divine appointment when I came to CSL here, and I thought, that woman looks familiar. Divine appointments. Wow. So, are you on a divine appointment today? Yes, we are. Love's appointment. Yeah. So, does love really make the world go round? Or does it just make the ride worthwhile? So how's your ride of love this month? You've been exploring different approaches and avenues and practices. Has it stretched you a little bit? Some things? Learned some new things? Raised some questions, maybe? Yeah. Well, when I saw the title, I thought, oh, Love's Descent. Okay, so maybe we're descending and deepening into love's awareness and also rising in love's expression. So are you open to that today? Deepening in love's awareness and rising in love's expression. Yeah. So today we're looking at a spiritual approach from the Buddhist tradition. And I love all these themes that come from CSL Central, the main office, or do you call it the mothership, the main office, that is kind of stretching for me as well, because what we're looking at today is the 5 mindfulness trainings. Has anybody heard of those before in the Buddhist tradition? I see a couple of heads saying yes. So these encourage us to live with more compassion for ourselves and others, and more awareness and intention to be that love in action, and to be that kindness that makes such a difference as well. And to live happier, more satisfying lives, and to be a blessing to others. Yeah. So these come from the Vietnamese Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh's his teachings on love. And as we go through these, I invite you to notice what rings true for you. What touches you deeply and rings inside of you as, yes, that is right, or yes, I'm already doing that, or yes, I want to do that more, or something that nudges you like, oh, I totally forgot about that. Maybe I want to look at that. So just notice your own experience as we go through these, and what Spirit is speaking to you today. Because today is a very powerful day with the beautiful readings on love and the chanting with Ganesha, removing obstacles, and the wonderful musical meditation and sound bath. So what we have here is a vibrational loofah. You know, it's been up for release, and that vibration is releasing. So we say, thank you, God, as we claim our wholeness and oneness with God today. Yes. So if I pull out my handkerchief, it's that Ganesha is like releasing things. Sometimes we don't even have to know what it is, you know? When tears come up or releasing comes up, it's just like, oh, okay, something's being released, and I let it go, and I claim my wholeness and oneness in love and with God. So first I thought we'd start with some affirmations. I love the ones we did earlier, and so we're just going to tune back into that, and I'll say them twice and then ask you to affirm with me. I am grounded in unconditional love. I am grounded in unconditional love. Together, I am grounded in unconditional love. I glow with the dynamic energy of spirit. I am in glow with the dynamic energy of spirit. Peace is my natural state and holy charge. Peace is my natural state and holy charge. Peace is my natural state and holy charge. Love is my inspiration, my conversation, and my life. Love is my inspiration, my conversation, and my life. Love is my inspiration, my conversation, and my life. So we take a breath and sink into that ever sweet alignment with spirit. So in the 5 mindfulness trainings, we are first asked to become aware of suffering. Now, your metaphysical mind may be saying, well, wait a minute, I know how powerful my thoughts are. Why do I want to focus on suffering? Because wouldn't that just create more suffering? And it's true that focused, persistent thought and feeling does create our experience of life. But here's the secret, that it's all about the intention we hold with our thoughts and our feelings. Seeing the suffering or the problem and holding the intention to be part of the solution is very powerful. Very powerful. That is a position of light, not a position of sinking into it. So we're light holders and light boulders. So when we lift up that discord to the light, we also clear within ourselves any fragments of that discord is cleared within ourselves as well. In the words of Rumi, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So all the love that you are is already here. You were created in love and came into this form in love. In love. And I've been in New Thought a while, and a couple of things come to mind with this. That Unity, CSL, New Thought has been accused of sticking our heads in the sand. Like, neither, no, not happening. So I see us kind of lifting up and evolving that we can be aware of our brothers and sisters, animals, and whatever's going on in the world, and hold the light of it coming into oneness and harmony at the same time. I've also heard people, when something happens in their life, they don't want to talk about it because they don't want to keep creating it. And those strong emotions come up, and this is the same thing with intention, that sometimes it's very healthy to let those emotions out and go in a healthy way. And you can hold the intention of just, when you need to vent, Spirit, I need to blow some steam right now, and these words that are coming out are not creating, they're just releasing, energy releasing. And they do not create but dissipate as steam does. So you're clearing the space in a healthy way. So that's the arc of development I'm seeing in Unity and as well in CSL, being more involved and willing to be compassion and action. So the first mindfulness training is all about protecting life. And I want to read some of the words of Thich Nhat Hanh here. Aware of suffering caused by the destruction of life, I am committed to cultivating compassion and learning ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I am determined not to kill, not to let others kill, and not to condone any act of killing in the world, in my thinking and in my way of life. So did you hear the fine print there? In my thinking and in my way of life. So there's a call for an outer action and a call for an inner action at the same time, which runs through these 5 mindfulness teachings. So that's good to pause and think, is it safe for everyone to walk the streets of my mind? Or are there certain people from my past or people present when they cross the streets of my mind? It is a dangerous place for them. Thoughts attack. So just the awareness of that. The second one is about generosity. Aware of the suffering caused by the exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression, I am committed to cultivating loving kindness and learning ways to work for the well-being of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I'm curious about the minerals. If you have any insight about that, please see me after service. I will practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. So I suspect everyone in this room is doing that already. You are generous, sharing your generosity, sharing your resources, your love, your kindness. I've watched this community this year open up to saying yes to fulfilling a community need, a need for connection, a need to heal loneliness that's out here in the wider community by opening and having this be a beautiful place of connection. There's a little bit more to this one. He writes, I will not steal or possess anything that should belong to others. I will respect property, prevent others from profiting off of human suffering. That's a big one, isn't it? That's like being super conscious of where our dollars go, what we invest our energy into. So no one said that Buddhist practices were easy. And neither is New Thought, too, right? Because we take responsibility for our thoughts and what we dwell in and our actions and what we speak and what we're creating. Yeah. The third one kind of surprised me. It's about sexual integrity. We don't hear much about sex in church. Well, at least not the churches I go to. This one. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I'm committed to cultivating responsibility and learning ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, society, and especially protecting children from abuse. That is a holy charge, isn't it? Yeah. It's also about respecting commitments that we make and boundaries and fidelity. There's a little bit more. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I'm determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. So how much pain in the world is caused by a violation of this one? And imagine what our world would be like if this was healed. And people could live in sexual integrity and respect each other's boundaries and their own boundaries. So much healing could come from that. The fourth one is about practicing loving speech and deep listening. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful speech and the inability to listen to others, I am committed to cultivating loving speech and deep listening in order to bring joy and happiness to others and relieve others of their suffering. So isn't that what we practice in New Thought? Learning those ways to speak light, to speak love, to speak harmony, to speak oneness, to speak God, to hold that light within ourselves that sparks the light in others. As the cell phone ring is contagious, so is that awareness of light. We hold And here's a big one. I will not spread news that I do not know to be certain, and will not criticize or condemn things of which I am not sure. I will refrain from uttering words that can cause division or discord, or that can cause family or community to break. I am determined to make all efforts to reconcile and resolve all conflicts, however small. That's really a commitment to show up in courage, isn't it? Because those conscious conversations take a lot of courage. You know, when we realize we've caused somebody suffering, to apologize, to own it, to say, you know, I'm so sorry, I caused you suffering. Can I have a do-over? Things just pop out of the frogs, pop out of the mouth sometimes, you know. I didn't mean it that way, I'm so sorry. Can I have a do-over? Or what do you need to hear from me right now? You know, I'm really listening, I'm wanting to support you. Or how can we resolve this? You know, staying curious and courageous, staying in the we versus me, you, us, them, staying in the bigger circle of love and the we. And the last one is about mindful consumption. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful consumption, I am committed to cultivating good health, both physical and mental, for myself, my family, my society, by practicing mindful eating, drinking, and consuming. I will ingest only items that preserve peace, well-being, and joy in my body, in my consciousness, and in the collective body. So now you may be thinking, well, this is getting personal. Do I have to give up my coffee? What do I have to give up? But it's about being aware of mindful consumption of what we take into the physical body and also into our mental, emotional, spiritual body as well. There's some habits that we just do because, you know, we're bored or we have always done it and maybe it's not quite feeding our soul or our spirit like we thought it would, or maybe that it once did. So he's referring here to about toxins in the body, physically, and also specifically, he said that certain TV programs, magazines, books, and films and conversations. I will work to transform violence, fear, and anger and confusion in myself and society by practicing a diet for myself and for society. So he talks about the transformational quality of what it sounds like spiritual purity in a way, to be mindful of what we're taking in and how it's affecting us and our thoughts and our actions and our words. So one awareness I had as I was putting this together, I thought, you know, some of this sounds really familiar. And growing up Catholic, I thought, this kind of sounds like the Ten Commandments. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Thou shalt not bear false witness and lie. Thou shalt not put false gods before me. And these false gods could be addictions to certain things, to social media, to screen time, to being right. I saw one woman who called her phone her tiny pink god. Following it all the time. But the difference here I see with the Ten Commandments and traditional Christianity is instead of doing these to please God, these are ways you are helping your fellow human and uplifting yourself and society. So which ones are you already practicing? Did you hear some? You're already practicing, right? And which one is calling you to practice or investigate some more? Consider that this week. So the purpose of these mindfulness trainings, or precepts as they're also called, is to deepen our awareness that we are all one in this experience of life on this planet, in this web of life, and that what you do matters, what you think matters, what you say matters. You matter because you're here, you're alive. So this is a call to make ever more conscious decisions about our voices and our choices that influence life. And our positive influences too. Sometimes you take those for granted, you know. When somebody says, wow, I really like how you did this, and it just comes natural to you and you don't even think about it. It's second nature. Maybe it's something like a gift that lights you up, like with music or singing or gardening or baking or creating something. That these are gifts, your gifts. So this involves more than just self-care, but an awareness of caring for all life. And to realize our connection to all life. And we are a fiber in the tapestry of this beautiful experience we call life. So taking time to pause and consider how our actions are rippling out positively, or if there's some restriction there, just to notice. And I like this from Gandhi. We often hear one part of this quote, but here's more of it. Human greatness lies with being able to remake themselves, and then they will be the change they wish to see in the world. So we're going back to that inner work again, that you all signed up for because you're here. You're here. So we're looking at the law of cause and effect, right? With Ernest Holmes. If, therefore, by the law of cause and effect we have produced unpleasant conditions, we should be able, by the same law, to produce an entirely different effect. And that is the power that we have with the power of mind. And to know, too, that the law of love is always active. And here in your readings, Bill, just remind us how powerful love is. Love knows no bounds, and it goes forth to heal and harmonize and lift all up into itself. And a new thought, we believe that love is the fundamental spiritual principle, that God is love. God is love. And this divine love is that all-pervading power and substance of the universe. So we're like fish swimming in a sea of love. No need to look for it. It's already in our gills, and we're swimming in it. So to be more aware of that. So, and to cooperate with it. And when we do, we align with that divinity, transforming suffering, promoting unity, and manifesting the highest good for all concerned. As Ernest Holmes once wrote, love points the way, and the law makes the way possible. So that powerful force of love can illuminate our paths when we're aligned with it. And if we have blocks to love, with jealousy, resentment, hatred, that will point the way to perhaps an effect that we don't want. And emotional suffering. You've had that experience, right? but inner peace and alignment is one new thought away, one new thought away. So healing our own suffering is the key here, is really important. And then it gets, the more we practice it, the easier it gets to lead from love versus leading from pain. So today, let us commit to letting love be our compass, love be our guide, and know that the way will open, the way will be shown. One other little piece of this I want to mention is the awareness that we are the source of our own mental suffering. Because we only have the now. And if we're thinking of the past, that's a memory in the now. If we're thinking of the future, that's imagination in the now. So we get to decide our experience in the now with our thoughts, our persistent thoughts. And knowing that we cause our own mental suffering, just becoming aware with it, having self-compassion too for those times when, regrets creep up. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Or regret or sadness over dreams that didn't come true. Or resistance to forgiving ourselves and others. So we know suffering isn't comfortable, whether it's ourselves or others, but staying mindful of that inner dialogue is the first step to noticing, becoming aware of what's not working for our highest good so we can change it, so we can shift it. So we can start with an affirmation, a prayer, a spiritual mind treatment, getting help from someone, and being willing to try a new approach to thinking and being. That willingness is really important. So a number of years ago, I had this opportunity. And I was visiting my family, and it was my sister's birthday. She's a few years younger than me. And the whole family was sitting around the table eating birthday cake. And I was sitting next to my sister, and I noticed she was opening her cards, and some of them had her middle name on a card, which is D, D-E-E. And every time she saw this, she went, "Oh, I hate my middle name." And I turned and I said, "Why do you hate your middle name?" And she turned to me and said, "Because you used to call me D for dumb." Ouch. I was shocked. I didn't remember this. This was almost 50 years ago. And all I could say was, "I'm so sorry for hurting you when we were kids. I am so sorry." There was silence. Part of me, I was so embarrassed. The whole family was there. Part of me wanted to say, "Forget you," and run out the door. But I thought, no, just take a breath. So I took a breath, and these words came. I told her, "Well, maybe D can stand for something else now, like darling, or dynamic, or divine." And then others at the table started chiming in D words, and the tension in the table, release, went down. And when I left, I hugged her and I said, "I hope that you can forgive me someday." And I just turned it over to God and kept sending her love. And I had to forgive myself. This was a blind spot that just hit me in the face. Because I consider myself to be a really good person, a loving person. And to know that I had caused her suffering for all these years, she was still holding on to it. And these tears were in her eyes with this. I felt, it was painful for me, that realization. And so we've all done things we've been unconscious about. And, with this came self-forgiveness for that, and compassion for my own 10-year-old self who was a little jealous of her little sister's straight A's. the attention she was getting. And we're closer now, by the way, since this has happened, yeah. So there was like some kind of healing that happened there, because Spirit wouldn't let me get off that seat and go out the door to stay in the we and just let that love and tenderness come out. So it really registered, you know, that every person on this planet is doing the best they can with the consciousness that they have, either from their woundedness or their wholeness, their level of wholeness. And the mercy and forgiveness we want for ourselves, we can give to others, we can extend to others. To mend, to heal, to reconnect in oneness, personally and collectively. So the 5 mindfulness trainings: protecting life, generosity, sexual integrity, loving speech and deep listening, and mindful consumption. Which one will you practice this week? To descend and deepen in love's awareness and rise in love's expression. So I invite you to consider that as we move into our closing prayer. This is a Buddhist prayer of loving kindness with the pure intention of love, blessing, and wholeness for self and others. So I invite you just to close your eyes and let these words ring true in the temple of your own heart as an intention of love, to be love's rising expression. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be happy and healthy. May I feel connected and calm. May I be free from suffering. May I be at peace. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be happy and healthy. May you feel connected and calm. May you be free from suffering. May you be at peace. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be happy and healthy. May we feel connected and calm. May we be free from suffering. May we be at peace. And so it is.
So it is. Yes. She rocks in the treetops all the day long, rocking and bumping and singing this song. All the little birds on Seabird Street love to hear the robin going tweet, 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 rockin' robin. What a wonderful message. Yeah. We learned something else today, that there is a law in this universe, and it's a law of love. Thank you, brother. Well, okay, what's next? Eloise, what do we do next? Oh, wait a minute. There's the tape. We got it.
Next is our invitation for your gifts, your tithes, and for the outpouring of your abundance. Repeat after me. I am love.
I am love.
I am rich.
I am rich.
I am prosperous.
I am prosperous.
I give and receive abundantly.
I give and receive
abundantly. We are so fortunate. We are so blessed. So while our usher Gail is coming around to accept your gifts, your tithes, your donations, we'll sing, I am so blessed, and Brian is going to sing with us.
And we thank you, well, for crying out sideways. We finally came to the end of our program, and there's nothing left to do except join together, if you'd like, in a circle, and we'll
I learned
do
one thing
our
about
peace
the
song
hood.
and our benediction.
And I did it.
And
If you raise it up
let's,
that form,
if you don't
it's easy
want to
to
join
put your
up in a
hand.
circle, that's okay too.
And it does raise
It's
up
fun.
about that much, yeah. There you go.
And let there be peace on earth. And it goes something like that.
Now you need to come in.